Welcome to the Voice of Reason Sports Podcast. Make sure you subscribe to the show, leave a comment, and click that like button.
Thanks for joining us for another edition of the Voice of Reason Sports Podcast. This is the marvelous one, back at it again with Philosophikal and Don. What's good, fellas? Did y'all check out the All-Star game? The All-Star weekend games and festivities?
Yeah, I watched the glorified layup line and a couple of let's say festive events, if we want to call it that.
How about
Yeah,
you,
I didn't.
Phil?
I looked at the highlights. I didn't watch it. It wasn't exciting to me.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you guys. I hadn't watched the actual All-Star game in years. I don't think I've really sat down and watched a complete game ever. But to me, the big highlight of All-Star weekend is the celebrity game, right? Especially when Kevin Hart was in it. The 3-point contest. I'm big in that. To me, that became the biggest show of All-Star weekend, if you ask me, especially when Steph Curry was in it and some of the big names were playing in the 3-point contest. And, I still have a love for the dunk contest, going back to the Jordan Dominique days, the Vince Carter, and then most recently, the Aaron Gordon and Zach LaVine duel, which, in my opinion, I don't care what Magic Johnson says, was the best slam dunk contest ever. Dominique Jordan, that was great, but I'm sorry. And hey, if you got a problem with it out there, listeners, you can put it in the comments. But Zach LaVine, Aaron Gordon, best dunk contest.
I actually think the Vince Carter one was.
No, the amazing part about that? They still talking about. I don't think Zach won that one.
I don't think he did either. Aaron Gordon won that. Dwayne Wade screwed that up. They were trying to make it a tie.
Yeah.
And he screwed it up.
Hey, that's why I had public school math, doing math in public.
Yeah. I actually prefer the Vince Carter slam dunk contest.
Okay, yeah, no, don't get me wrong. That was one of the great ones too. Yeah, the one where he competed against Steve Francis
he went up against
and his cousin Tracy McGrady.
Tracy McGrady. Yeah.
No, that was great. That was a great.
Aaron Gordon, hey, they put on a show right there, and I think when he came out with the mascot on the goddamn board, hoverboard.
Oh yeah.
Is that the one? Come on, man.
No,
was that the one he jumped over a car too? Was that the one he jumped over a car too?
That was Blake Griffin.
That's Blake Griffin. That was probably the lamest dunk contest. But no, he jumped over the mascot, and I mean, he did both of his legs over the mascot and tucked the ball under his legs and glided over and dunked it. And I was like, yo, that is the greatest dunk I've ever seen.
And you can see it in his face as you try to lift his legs up. You saw it all in his face, like, I got to get this. And he got it on the first try.
All of his dunks were on the first try.
That was a monster.
I'd say, see, I agree with Shaq on that. If you don't get it on the first try, you can't get a 50. That's a great rule.
And I think that this year's slam dunk contest, hey, Mac did it. He put in work.
Yeah,
you can see that he went there and he prepared. He had a skit and a script, and he stuck to it.
Yep.
And I think it was well. I think it was well planned out. And kudos and hats off to that young man for going out there and putting on a show and trying to save the All-Star weekend.
Right.
That performance.
Right. Because I must admit the 3-point contest was a disappointment for me.
Randall shouldn't have been in there.
Oh, he messed it up. He ruined it.
I think you should have grabbed a guy from the hot dog stand and just see how he felt. Since he scored 50 when he was in high school, so why not?
So I don't know if you guys saw the 3-point contest, but they added a third ball in the sessions of balls, and it was named after some drink or something like that, and that shot was worth 3 points, and there were 2 of those balls out there. And for me, and I like the 3-point contest. I've liked it ever since Craig Hodges won 3 in a row, and Larry Bird came out there with the sweat that he had the shirt on. He never even took his shirt off to show his jersey. Playing with the warm-up jersey on. Yeah. And beat everybody. Told him who's coming in second. I've been loving, yeah, I've been loving the 3-point contest since then, and it's only gotten better. But this one, I thought was one of the worst. You know,
Sometimes I think when the All-Star game, I think you play to the level of your competition. So even though Dame won, I think
yeah,
I think they held him back. He came in there and said, "Man, how am I gonna get motivated for these guys?"
right, right. Good
Yeah.
point. Good point. But yeah, no, it was. I mean, for the weekend, to have the celebrities come out, I think that's just as high as going to be. These guys aren't going to actually play defense out there at the All-Star game because they don't want to get hurt. I mean, it's just like the NFL Pro Bowl. I mean, they've resorted to playing dodgeball now because they don't want to get hurt.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
crazy,
yeah,
man. Only
yeah.
thing missing, only thing missing was the commentator with the mic on the court talking about, "Come on, son, get him. What we got here? We got this 101. You gotta get him." That's the only thing that was missing was, like you like you would do in the pickup game. Is you
Right.
Maybe
had
that's something they
somebody
should
with a
incorporate.
mic.
Maybe that's
Well,
something they should incorporate.
Hey, they need to do something to entertain it because right now I'm not entertained.
Yeah.
for the All-Star game, or are you talking about for the NFL Pro Bowl?
Well, the All-Star, oh
All
man,
Star game.
man,
Mm.
we can't even talk about the Pro Bowl. I don't even know what they need to do for that one. Hey, besides
Get rid
this,
of it.
I
man,
don't. Yeah.
Just
that's a
dump it.
free vacation, man.
Yeah, just dump it. I mean, like they don't have a dunk contest or a 3-point contest, a contest that I would want to see from NFL players. I don't know. I
I
mean,
I
the
think it's like
quarterback
a.
challenge.
It feels like an accolade to players who hey, who aren't winning Defensive Player of the Year. You can say, hey, they went to 7 Pro Bowls. That's kind of been
Not
the.
really, because they had to go down on the list to the 19th quarterback, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, yeah,
Your
yeah.
man Tyler Huntley made it. I mean, come on. What
Yeah,
do you
I
that's
throw?
love
true.
Four
Huntley,
touchdowns,
but I
five
love
interceptions.
Huntley, but nah, not All-Star,
Yeah.
Oh
not
man,
All-Star ballot
So you feel like they
worthy.
should get rid of it?
they should get rid of it altogether.
Well, they've been trying to see if they can put it in the middle of the season,
Yeah. What I
and
think.
yeah,
Too many games.
Well,
No.
well, yeah. I don't think they can put it in the middle of the season. I mean,
yeah,
basketball, it makes sense for basketball, hockey, and baseball to do it in the middle of the season, but not for football because the risk of injury is just too high. I
yeah.
think I think for me, just name the Pro Bowlers, just like you do with the all-star team or the all Madden team. Just name them. Hey, Patrick Mahomes is the Pro Bowler. Well, we ain't expecting to see him play.
Yeah, and hold it in an arena or something.
Yeah,
Have somebody commentate it. You
yeah,
come up on stage, you pick your
Yeah.
award up,
yeah. Get your
Yeah.
ribbon, go sit down.
Get a free dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
Just why do we have to play a game? What are we doing? I
they
don't
could
get it.
do it at the. They could say do it at the award ceremony.
Yeah. Yeah, just
Yeah,
name the Pro Bowlers
yeah,
there.
yeah,
I,
yeah.
I just don't understand why we have to have a game, but I think we all know why they have to have a game. It's about money, right? That the
Yeah.
NFL needs some type of a end of year showcase with the players and celebrities and all that type of stuff.
Maybe if they move it after the Super Bowl, maybe.
No, I wouldn't be interested. I don't know. Would you be interested? I mean, that's how it used to be. It used to be after the Pro Bowl and the Super Bowl quarterback sometimes shows up. The players that played
Yeah,
in the Super Bowl sometimes
yeah.
just flew to Hawaii to play in the Pro Bowl. So I don't know. I mean, at least back then they used to hit. But I'll be honest with you. If my team, if a Saints player gets hurt in a Pro Bowl game, I'm gonna be pissed.
Or maybe have the Pro Bowl somewhere else.
I say not have it at all. I mean,
It's too much,
Yeah,
too much risk to
too
injury,
much risk.
yeah, yeah,
How
yeah.
would you feel, Lamar Jackson? He's already trying to work out a new contract. He goes to the Pro Bowl and gets hurt.
Not
Yeah,
having it. Not
yeah,
having it.
Oh, Kirk Cousins. Well, you know what? You probably would be okay with Kirk Cousins getting hurt.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Phil, cut it out, man.
He's got. Yeah,
Yeah. Well, well, I mean, the other good part about the NBA All-Star Weekend was McClung and winning the dunk contest. The kid kind of came out of nowhere. I kind of knew about him. I remember him being in high school and being a YouTube sensation along with Zion. He
yeah,
was in high school around the same time as Zion, and both of them were big on YouTube with all of the crazy dunks. And, I hate to say it, but probably going to Georgetown was a big mistake for that kid. Because
Yeah, they kind of
Georgetown is,
ruined them in
yeah,
there.
Yeah.
But looking at the All-Star game in totality, I think those events that we were talking about, it lacks star power all
facts.
the way around the board. I mean,
Yeah.
and I'm not gonna blame LeBron, but I'm gonna blame him
No, it's
because
fair.
because as a superstar, you should want to be, and he should have did it when he was young.
Mhm.
But everybody's so safeguarding to their image, and I gotta build my legacy the right way. You ain't got a legacy when you're a rookie. That's the
Right.
time when you supposed to be in there. There's some of like you started out just saying some of the best dunk contests when Jordan
Dominique.
and Dominique used to go at it.
Yeah.
Those are two superstars.
Right.
Somebody gotta take that L.
Yeah.
But at least it goes down as one of the greats.
Right.
Kobe was in the dunk contest. There's a lot of great superstars that was in the dunk contest. Dr. J, and you
Vince
want to put
Carter.
your name and you want to put your name up there, but you don't want to put it on the line.
Right.
And now you got these young ones coming through the, league, and they only doing what they see. They only, and I hate to say it, but you're part of that history.
Yeah.
So maybe they need to kind of reevaluate how they choose some of the players. Like you said, Julius Randle shouldn't have been in the 3-point contest. Maybe try to reevaluate how they're picking these players for the dunk contest to maybe incentivize them somehow. To I don't know. I mean, they're
How do
gonna have to.
you how do you incentivize somebody making what 200 million to come out and if you win the dunk contest you get 100K?
You don't.
I think that's part of the
Yeah,
problem. Like McClung, his salary, his career in the NBA, he's made 100K. He made 100K that one night.
yeah.
But I think that should have been a prerequisite to
Now
say you
is the
had to play X amount of games,
Mm.
in order to be eligible.
Yeah.
And not to steal nothing from him, but he's gonna win the dunk contest down in the D League in a couple of months. So so
so like so are they the NBA chooses certain players for the dunk contest and all that, or it's voted by the fans?
The NBA chooses them.
Maybe they need to get the fans to choose. Show some type of highlights of these players. Have the fan interaction choose 3-point
But
so the
maybe,
who.
fans make it mandatory. Ooh.
well, but maybe, no, I think Phil's got something here. Maybe the fans will convince people. I mean, I wouldn't want LeBron to do it now, but like years ago, if
Mhm.
enough fans voted for LeBron, that might compel him. Man, I got to do this for the fans. They want to
Yeah,
see me. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Opposed to the NBA mandating it and saying, "Hey, LeBron, come play in the dunk contest." And he said, "Nah, I'm good."
But this new generation, they so guarded about their image, man. They're not gonna take them L's. No, everybody's so scared of failure.
Yeah, you're right.
But failure was
Yeah.
what made you tough.
Right.
But see, even now with the All-Star game, they pick the two best players and they choosing the players. I think they need to probably go back to East versus West and have it to where, the fans choose the players.
I would like that. And let me ask you guys, because like I said, I didn't watch the game. I didn't even watch the highlights. Do they still do the Kobe rule at the end of the game where you have to win by 8 points or
Yeah,
win by
yeah,
Three. I think
24?
they still got
yeah,
that rule, but I still think that I just it's you could see in the game it was something that was missing, was no competitive
mhm.
nature. It was just
Hmm.
a layup line, and I got it in the
Yeah,
NFL, you don't want to get hurt. But man, I mean, it was just a layup line.
and they
And LeBron
restart the score every quarter.
And the one time LeBron tried to play
Yeah.
defense, he got hurt. He
Yep.
jammed his finger.
Oh, he did. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
Yeah.
jammed his
Yeah.
finger, and he missed the whole
Yeah.
second half.
and
Yeah.
they restart the score every quarter. That's very
Yeah.
confusing.
Yeah.
But I think correct me if I'm wrong. They used to be if East won, they would get representation in the finals, right? The East team would get home advantage in the finals,
Yeah.
correct?
That
Yeah,
was one way to incentivize them to compete in these All-Star games. I think
correct.
baseball still does that, right? The winner of the
Yeah.
All-Star game determines who's the home
It
team.
means something.
It means something. So
So
yeah,
yeah, maybe they. But I
That's
don't.
why because the winningest coach is the head coach.
yes, they get the best
Mm,
coach, the team with the best record. That coach goes and is the coach of the All-Star team of the East and then one of the West.
But the thing is, I think if you do that, and let's say if the West wins, like if players off Utah go to the All-Star game, they don't make the playoffs, that means nothing to them.
Right.
But it means something to that head coach because that head coach gonna be like, hey, if I don't see you hustling, I'm gonna pull you.
But see, I don't like it. I mean, I know they do it in baseball is to incentivize the All-Star game. To me, hell with the All-Star game. The team with the best record gets the home field advantage. I would be pissed if I'm the 73-9 Golden State Warriors and I go to the NBA Finals and I'm not the home team because the East All-Star team won the All-Star game and now the Boston Celtics are the home team. You know, and you know, home field advantage in the NBA is critical.
It means something, man.
It
Speaking
means
of that, because right now they're talking about, how fast Giannis got to get back. Because if that was a big game between the Celtics
And the
and the
Bucks.
Bucks. Yeah,
Yeah.
because Game 7, you was
Yeah.
playing in Boston instead of playing,
Yeah.
in your hometown.
Yeah. Yeah.
Makes a difference.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, NBA season will be picking up. March Madness is right around the corner, and we'll be on it. Be on the lookout for more talk from us about NBA and college basketball, and also look out for our bracket challenge. We're gonna do a bracket challenge coming up. So to our listeners out there, and I hate to say it, I'm gonna win the bracket challenge. So I mean, there's no reason to compete with it with me, but
well, I won the NFL, so I might as well transition to college basketball.
Okay, Phil.
All
right.
Well, might as well.
Well, speaking of the NFL, we got the free agent carousel of quarterbacks out there. Well, it's not really a carousel of quarterbacks. It's really just Derek Carr out there going from one team to another visiting. And then you got the other quarterbacks who could potentially be traded. Aaron Rodgers, who's right now, I guess he's camping or something like that. I don't know, but he's not talking to anyone. But Derek Carr, Derek Carr has visited the Saints. He visited the Jets. I understand the Bucks are interested. I understand the Panthers are interested. What do you guys think? Where does he end up?
Okay. I'll start it off. The Jets are in a serious situation right now because they got a lot of good pieces. But do they want to win? Or do they want to, hit those milestones, which is one, pack the stadium and win simultaneously? I don't think Carr is going to give you that box office. So I don't think, and I think they'll be a decent team. I don't think they'll be great. They'll just be decent. So I think they're gonna just let him walk and see. They're gonna shoot for the stars because I think they're gonna see if they can get Rodgers or someone else to come. But I don't think he wowed them with the season that he had.
I think it's playoffs a bust for the Jets. And they have potential to win this division. Patriots are kind of in limbo. The Bills, I think, are going to take a step back. Miami, we'll see.
So who do you think they end up with? Derek Carr or Aaron Rodgers? I think they got their heart set on Aaron Rodgers.
If I was Aaron Rodgers, I would go to the Jets.
You'll go to the Jets?
Yeah, they got the his own offensive coordinator there. Nathaniel Hackett's there.
Okay.
So you got the weapons, you got the running game, maybe tinker with the offensive line. That defense is nasty.
Yeah.
So
but Aaron gonna be Aaron every year, and I don't think that's cute in Green Bay. You can't do that. You can't do that in NY. They're gonna roast him.
But I think they'll give him a little.
He go there. I think they would. And try to play with that team emotion like that. Try to play with them fans' emotion. It's not gonna go well.
But he definitely can't do that if he go to Vegas. You got to play Herbert twice. You got to play Mahomes twice. You got to play Seattle Broncos twice.
Russell Wilson.
You're gonna be the third best quarterback in that division.
And here's the question. $1 million question. Because I thought about this too. I thought about this extensively. What do they have to get up to get Rodgers?
That's what I was going to say.
In order to get Carr, we talked about this earlier.
You got to give up nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah.
So now
Yeah,
they got all
yeah.
their assets, they got all their picks, and that's all they got to do is say, don't turn the ball over. Is that too
Yeah.
much of a task for them? I think he'll do well as far as the media. I think he can still make the NFL throws. I think they still got some picks that they can use, and like you said, they're building on what they already have. So
If I
I
was
think they
Derek
can make
Carr,
a
I would
muscle
go right.
move.
If I was Derek Carr, I would go to the Panthers.
You go to the Panthers.
Go to the Panthers.
Hmm.
It ain't a lot of pressure there. That division, sorry to say it, stinks.
No, it's true.
He can win there pretty quickly. I mean,
He can win quick with the
I,
Jets.
no, he can.
only reason I don't want him coming to the Saints is one, I don't think he's that good, and I don't want to give him 40 million a year for 5 seasons. I don't want to be locked into this dude when we're already
I
over
don't
the
think he's
cap.
getting 40 million for 5 seasons. I don't think he's getting 40 million for 5 seasons.
Oh yeah, he is.
I don't think he's playing that much longer. 5 more seasons? I think
Yeah.
3 years, maybe.
No,
You
see,
think 5 years?
they got at least four good ones. So
At least, yeah. He wants a
he got,
big
but like,
deal.
he got more years than Rodgers.
Oh yeah, he's gonna
Okay.
get more years than
Okay.
Rodgers.
Well, that.
I think whatever deal he
Okay.
signs is gonna be 3 or 4 years, maybe even 5.
Okay.
He's gonna get a long-term
Okay.
deal. And what's the going rate for quarterbacks who has this inflated potential? About 35, 40 million.
If I was Aaron Rodgers, I would consider Carolina.
Yeah. I don't think he is, but
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't think he is either. But if I was Aaron Rodgers, I would probably go to the Jets.
Rodgers Rodgers gonna go somewhere where he can make a big splash quick. But the thing about it is that Rodgers gone into darkness, and it's hard. It's hard to talk to somebody that ain't turn their phone on.
Is
And
he
I think
really?
I think the New York media will eat him alive.
Is he really going into darkness, or is he just saying that?
And I think that's a
I
thing. I think
I bet,
he still might go right back
but,
home to
but
Green Bay.
but who
I don't think
cares?
Green Bay
Who
wants him. I don't think
who
Green Bay wants
cares
him.
if he's in darkness? He has an agent. His agent is working that phone. I promise you this. And I bet you I've said this at the beginning of the season. I feel the dark horse is the San Francisco 49ers.
Well,
He's trying to get back home.
Green Bay's not trading him there.
No,
That's
no,
true.
San Fran didn't already seen the light.
You
They're
think so?
not. Yes,
And I think they're rumored San Francisco is going to
Mr.
re-sign Garoppolo.
Irrelevant.
They're rumored
Who's not getting elbow surgery?
Yeah, hey,
No, but the San Francisco has been
I gotta
rumored
see.
to sign back Garoppolo. So
You thinking they're going to sign him back? Because I
Yeah.
think Garoppolo is going to Tampa.
Why not Aaron Rodgers to Tampa?
Why
Well,
not?
he can't. Yeah, he won't go to Tampa. Sorry, he won't go there.
He's not gonna want to follow another superstar and then get
Mm.
rated against him. I told you it's all about how you
I
close out your legacy.
I think the thing with Aaron Rodgers, the New York media is going to eat him alive.
So I
But
agree with
believe it
you,
or not, he wants that star power.
I don't think it's
but
he can get away with it with Green Bay. I don't think he can get away with it in New
but here's
York.
the
I
deal.
believe that. Farr
Here's the
did it.
deal. I believe the Jets want him bad.
Yeah,
I think they want him so bad that they will trade high draft picks, whatever it takes to get Aaron Rodgers. Like Carr visited. They need a quarterback. You think they would have signed Carr? The Saints had already made an offer for Carr. They tried to trade for him because they know they can't compete with any other teams plus to give him a good salary.
Mm.
And the Jets did make a move. That tells me that they really want Rodgers. They're waiting for his going to darkness time is up, which I think he said he was going to do it for a week, and they
Yeah.
probably going to make a push to get him.
And at the same time, I think Carr, he's not going. I mean, right now he's the talk of the town.
Yeah.
So he's not going to just go somewhere and just settle on the first, unless you do some Cleveland Brown numbers out the window, Adam. I don't think that that's going to stop his tour.
But speaking of Cleveland Browns numbers, the Deshaun Watson numbers, my understanding is that's kind of what Lamar wants. And since we have a resident Ravens fan on here, a Lamar fan, what's going on in Baltimore?
Man, I'm more than just a fan. I'm Mr. Bemore's finest, man. And Baltimore's playing a dangerous game right now, and it's a shame because Ozzy's not there.
Mm.
You can feel the the tension in the room that Ozzy used to just
Well,
make it
Ozzy is
go
there.
away.
Ozzy is there. He's a consultant, so he's there.
It is a difference between being a consultant and being there full time. It's a
Yeah,
difference.
that's true.
And when I say some things like the Ravens they don't understand that when you make a contract, the contract is built on certain things. And let me go ahead and break it down for some of the people who say he's too much money. Depending on what you're asking for. You're looking at the future, you're looking at performance, and then you start to do the projection. And you do all of those combined together right now, and you let that year pass by, which was last year when you should have gave him the boat. You didn't give him the boat. Now, guess what? It's 45.
Got to pay the piper.
It's 45 because you're not gonna let nobody talk to him, and you say you're gonna give him a you're gonna give him the non-exclusive franchise tag. You're not gonna let him go shop himself. Cause I can sell me to anybody. And guess what? The Jets will give you two duds. You can have 2 first rounds. Cause guess what? That means you got less than what Cleveland got anyway. Cleveland got 3 picks, and you gonna get 2. So you're gonna give them the non-exclusive. So that's 45 right there. And then next year you're gonna have to give them more than 45, which means you probably had to give them 50.
So that's like a Kirk Cousins thing.
So that's 100. So that's 100 million in 2 years.
Yep.
So
I don't think Lamar's gonna play.
So that's the problem that I have right now is that everybody is missing what I just said. The Jets would throw 2 picks at you and everything. And guess what? Because the Jets understand one thing. One, Lamar gonna give you that one thing that owners want. Man, owners focus on putting high butts in seats, and Lamar possessed that box office and that star power element that everybody wants. Ravens.
If Baltimore chooses to trade Lamar, I'll tell you right now, they're not
trade for who? There is nothing out there equivalent. There's nothing out there equivalent.
I'm just saying if they want to trade him tomorrow, he's not going to the AFC. He'll be right over the NFC.
Well, you don't think he would want to play in the AFC? Oh, you're just saying the Ravens want to trade him in the AFC?
They would not want to trade him in the AFC.
They would not want to see him because I will roast you every time I see
you. So what happens? Does he re-sign with the Ravens? Do they franchise him?
I think it's long-term deal or bust or nothing.
Yeah. So here's the thing, and this is where the whole league is watching. When I say the whole league, I'm even talking about future bench players. I mean, because this is talking about guaranteed money.
Yeah.
This is newfound territory. Yep. This is people cheering in the background. Got the pom-poms like Lamar, get that dough.
Yeah.
And get it guaranteed. Like I said before, it's all about the Larry Bird clause. I want to get my money with no incentives and all that. I want my guaranteed money up front. Don't say I got to make the Pro Bowl. I had to run X amount of yards. I had to pass for X amount of yards. No, I want guaranteed money for me being me.
And I will add to this, Baltimore is really playing a dangerous game because if Daniel Jones gets a lot of guaranteed money, that just puts a little bit more pressure on him.
Once again, Lamar's the 4th winningest quarterback in franchise. I mean, from rookie to now, he's the 4th winningest quarterback in NFL history.
NFL or Baltimore history?
No, it's NFL. No, it's NFL. Go ahead and check the numbers. Check the numbers. Yes, 4th winning percentage.
Okay.
4th winning percentage.
We said okay. I don't know about that, Wills. I mean,
I know.
I think Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes. That's 2 right there.
So right in there. So okay. Right
then. Third is probably.
We'll blog about it. I'm not gonna eat up the show proving you wrong like I always do.
All right, let's move on. But I'll say this much.
But I'm gonna say this much. Winning percentage matters, especially when you have no weapons. He is the weapon. You built the whole team around him. You built the whole house. Lamar is the foundation of the house. So if you're going to do that, you're going to gut. You can't go back to Baltimore and tell us that you're going to gut it all out. It's just not going to happen.
What's your prediction? They re-sign him or not?
The prediction right now is that they have to re-sign him.
So you predict that they sign him to the long-term contract.
They get him back. So because I just told you about the first 2 years. The non-exclusive is going to put you in 100 million the first 2 years.
I think
this year and next year.
The franchise tag, I don't think he plays on that franchise tag.
Well, I don't think I think they're going to franchise him. He's not going to play him. To continue the talks. and then eventually they will make a deal.
But
Because
he's not going to show up.
he's not going to sign the franchise tag, but they're going to franchise it, and he doesn't necessarily have to sign it. So he's probably not going to sign it, but it gives them more time to continue negotiations. And I think they eventually sign him to a long-term deal. I think the Ravens eventually buckle and give him the guaranteed money and just bite the bullet.
And now they're gonna have to get mad. The owner's gonna get mad at him. But I say to everyone, man, it's a league where as though you've been eating for well as owners for a long time, and now you want the players to take the hit.
But Don, don't get mad at Lamar. You get mad at the Cleveland Browns owner. He the one that gave Deshaun Watson this ridiculous deal, guaranteed money, because he came in at the last minute to beat out the Falcons and the Saints.
I'm not mad at the Browns.
I'm not saying I'm not mad at the Browns. They're billionaires. They should
I'm
be able
mad
to
at
pay
the
whatever they want
Ravens
to
for
pay.
not realizing that you didn't get this man no help. So all the money that you save from not giving him help, that should contribute to something.
But if you don't want to pay him and you don't want to give him the guaranteed money, blame the Browns. The Browns did it to you. So pay the man. But speaking of I mean, this is probably, pay Lamar. Lamar is probably worth every penny. But is Daniel Jones worth $45 million a year?
Hey, he struck gold at the right time.
Oh yeah, I thought it was a mistake. They should have given him that 5th-year option.
And I fired my agent. Fired my agent.
I mean, he's about to get paid. I mean, Phil. I mean, you should know a little bit about Daniel Jones. He beat you in the playoffs. So,
well, I will
hot fire.
Well, I will say he's getting $45 million because he made the playoffs, unlike the Saints. So
right hook.
Yeah. Yeah. So no, he's not worth $45 million. Like I said, if he gets $45 million, Lamar is really going to be upset because you don't know how much guaranteed money that's going to be. So I don't know what's going to happen. I think they declined that 5th-year option because they thought it was going to be bad this year and they were probably going to move on. But I don't think it was Daniel Jones that got to the playoffs. It was the coaching, and I've said this all year long.
Yeah, it was the coaching, but I mean, he flourished in that environment with that coach. I think you pay him. You pay him, but you don't give him that much guaranteed money. You give yourself an out after 2-3 years. Pay the man.
Yeah, you're right. Sign him to 3 years.
Yeah.
Sign him 3 years, guaranteed, and then
give yourself
some
an out
in there for the 4th year. Yep.
Yeah, give yourself an out. But I think the guy proved himself. He proved that he's worth another opportunity to be the starter with the Giants. To me, look, right now I'm in quarterback hell. Okay, I know how it is now not to have a franchise quarterback after having one for 16 years. It's hell, right? You don't want to go, searching for a quarterback, kicking tires on a 9-year veteran quarterback that hadn't won anything, and thinking to yourself, I want to pay him like a franchise quarterback. Are you crazy? Look, take your chances on a young guy that can grow, that you can figure out what he does best. Hopefully the Giants figured out what Daniel Jones does best. Pay the man. Hopefully it works out. Stop kicking tires on guys that's been around for a long time. You don't know if they have anything left in the tank. That's how I look at it, man.
So
like if I'm the Ravens, I'm paying Lamar. Pay him. He is a franchise guy. He won an MVP. What are we debating here?
Let me ask this, right? Go
ahead.
There's a chance. Now, hear me out. There's a chance that I would pay Derek Carr less than what I would pay Daniel Jones. You can pay Derek Carr $40 million for the next 3 years.
Yeah.
And maybe get better results than you would get from signing Daniel Jones.
And I hear you. But my argument is I have 9 years of tape on Derek Carr. And I hear you. Franchise was bad. Defense was bad. All of this stuff that I can't measure. But 9 years I can see. Stunk it up. And then I look at Daniel Jones, who's been around 4 or 5 years. Yes. He's already won more playoff games.
He's been in one playoff game.
And he won more. And he's won more playoff games than Derek Carr.
Okay.
So to me, I would rather take my chances on a young quarterback that's somehow finally figured it out. You know, I know not everybody don't know what to think of him, but I would rather take my chances on something that seems to be blossoming from someone I think is at the end of their, not at the end of their career, but past their prime, and I know what I'm getting. You get what I'm saying? I hear what you're saying that everybody's in this level field with Derek Carr, and I'm like, I've seen 9 years of this foolishness. We just beat this clown 24-0, and with a bad team with Andy Dalton, we beat him 24-0. I've seen enough. I don't want it.
You don't have no argument here. Only thing I'm saying is that with Jones, who gets the exclusive or non-exclusive tag, him or Barkley?
I don't understand why we can't just pay both of them. Give Daniel this 45 million, give Saquon his 15 million, and be done with it. What's the problem?
Yeah, they're not paying anybody else. They're not paying
You're not paying
anybody
else. You got the cap space.
So they got the cap space, and now you're gonna pay somebody. You gotta give them some weapons.
Get them some weapons.
Yeah, get them some weapons.
Get them some weapons. Figure it out. Hey, like Peyton Manning
they probably gonna draft a receiver this year.
Yeah, Peyton Manning said that's not my job. That's the GM job to go find talent.
Yeah.
My job is to take care of my family. And that's what I'm doing. Your job is to go find me talent to play with. Go find the man some talent. Go get him some receivers. Fix the defense. Here, you got money on the side. Figure it out or draft well.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the GM's job. That's why I say if I'm a player, I'm getting all that I can, especially in football, knowing that my career, the life of an NFL player is what the average career life is 3 years.
5 years.
No,
no,
it's less than that.
You're right. 3 years. That's
3 years.
Because and they three so years. I mean, 3 good years.
And if you're a running back, once you turn 29, your career is pretty much over.
Yeah.
You're dead. So Saquon, get your money. Daniel Jones, get your money because next year you could stink it up and the Giants could be ready to move on from you.
And that's why I think that this Lamar contract, not to go back on it, but the guaranteed money is a big stinker. I mean, look at all the other sports. This is the only sports that can renege on a contract or put the verbiage in there, whereas though they don't have to be wedded to their words.
Yeah.
As far as guaranteed money and things of that nature. You and it's all incentive built and things of that nature.
Yeah.
I mean, baseball, you couldn't even think about doing something like this in baseball. Baseball would not even have that. You sign. I mean, I remember one time they was still paying Bobby Bonilla, and he retired like 4 or 5 years.
What you mean? They are still paying him.
Players are getting paid franchises in the NFL.
Yeah, I mean, because it's crazy because they figured it out. Even the NBA, they get mad with the low balance and things of that nature. But guess what? They figured it out. The NFL, it seems like they figured it out, but the owners figured out how to keep more of the money.
Now check this out. I'm not quite sure who I was listening to, which show I was listening to, but they had a great idea of how to pay a franchise quarterback, which I thought was interesting. So, and I know you bring this up a lot, Phil, where if you pay the quarterback this much money, you leave yourself only this much money to get good talent around them and stuff like that. So one of the suggestions was, and I want to give this show credit for it because this I think was a great idea, was basically saying make the quarterback salary a percentage of the team's salary cap, right? So that means, they're kind of like an owner or whatnot. And you play well and stuff like that, you get your percentage of it, opposed to a locked number and the salary cap goes up and down, like it recently did for the pandemic. It went down, and it caused my team to go 100 million over the salary cap. So why not just base their salaries as a percentage of the salary cap? What do you think of that idea?
I disagree because, I mean, that's just saying that the quarterback is supposed to. I mean, I get it. The quarterback is the only person out there that has a win-loss record, but I will tell you that the only reason that the Patriots won their first couple of Super Bowls is because Ty Law, Teddy Bruschi, and those guys.
Right.
So to say that he was the driving factor is I don't think that would go well. Even for the two championships that we won. I mean, that was all defensive.
Right, but I hear you. But you're looking to pay Lamar Jackson top quarterback money.
Yeah, if you what is the salary cap now? 200 million?
200 million, and there's a potential that the salary
Yeah.
cap could go down next
If
season.
you pay him 45 million, that's
It's about 20,
that's about
25%
20,
of the salary.
25%. Yeah, the salary cap.
I think then they need to fix the cap. I think they need to fix the
But-
cap. I mean, because
Or
I think the
or-
cap is going to get better because if I'm not mistaken, isn't Yahoo supposed to be getting into the television
Yeah,
business as well?
yeah.
So that's a big man. Hey, let me tell you, Amazon Prime. These guys are
But
getting this money,
But that's
man.
why they're suggesting making it a percentage of the salary cap opposed to blocking it. Because what happened during the pandemic, the cap went down,
Yeah.
and that affected a bunch of teams. They had to cut players to make their team fit within the salary cap.
But
That's
those
what
TV deals don't go to the players; they go to the NFL. And the NFL decides if they want to distribute it to the teams, to the owners. Owners get a cut, and the owners decide, "Hey, do we
No.
want to raise the salary cap?"
No. The earnings from the TV deals are split some kind of way. Is it 50-50 or
to the teams, right?
51-49? No, between the teams and the players. Like it's a percentage of the deal. Like they got to split it. I don't know what the numbers are. And doing when they have these CBA negotiations,
So who's determining the salary cap?
who determines the salary cap?
Yeah,
The
the
NFL based on the
TV
earnings.
deals.
Based on the TV deal. So like the earnings, not just TV deals, earnings. So like
okay.
so doing like
Jerseys, all that.
But the earnings is TV deals. The money they make.
most
that's
of
the
it
earnings.
is TV deals. Most of it's TV
Yeah.
deals, but it went down because
Correct during the pandemic. Yeah,
during the pandemic it went down.
Yeah. But it's
Because
going
the
up
earnings-
20%.
Yeah, it's going to go back up.
Yeah, so that means the price for quarterbacks is going to go up.
Yeah.
We could be hitting 55, 60 million.
Yes, pay
For a
Lamar
quarterback.
now before it's already getting higher because you refuse to pay
They
him.
should have paid him 2 years ago.
They should have paid him.
when
Yes.
when Ozzy was trying to get him paid, and he's like, "Nah, we're gonna wait it out," because that was the old way of doing business. But they wasn't. They
So
weren't foreseeing the future.
So we've kind of seen this. Why not just shorten the rookie skill contracts to 3 years?
No.
What do you think about that idea?
And so I think that's gonna hurt it even more because I think you had a lot of NFL players that were salty that the young kids that were coming out of college.
Getting
That's
paid
a
more.
that's a veteran rule right there. That's
Yes.
a players
Okay.
association
Yes.
where the vet said, "Hey, you gonna come in here and earn your bones." And
Okay.
now that's why nobody's gonna be saying anything to Lamar right now because Lamar played X amount of years. He earned his bones.
Yes.
Yes. He proved that, hey, I'm top notch. I'm box office. So if I'm box office, let me get my money.
Yeah, but that's what we remember. Remember back in the days, they would draft players and the player would hold out to negotiate their deal. Now it's already set. They don't have to worry about it.
They stopped that. Yeah, because a lot of players were holding out. Yeah, you're right. Right,
so I like it how it is. I'll be honest with you. I like it how it is, and especially with the fact that a team drafts a player, you know what the salary is going to be. It's going to be a cheap deal. You can build like that's what happened with Joe Burrow. He's on a cheap quarterback deal. They're able to get some really good talent around him.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Make a good push for Super Bowls and stuff like that. But when Joe get paid, Joe gonna get paid, and he better get paid.
So once again, Joe gonna get his money. People gonna advocate. Well, he went to this thing. Okay, fine, but did he win? I mean, look at his accolades. Is he really doing that? Because next year he's gonna be in. I really want to see him next year when the league really stacked.
What accolades?
What accolades?
Exactly.
Well, I mean,
Thank you.
He's been
you
to
made my point.
But wait a minute, he's been to 2 AFC championship games. He's been
You love it. You love how I set it up.
He's been to 2. He's been to 2. Those are accolades. He won one and he lost one.
So you're gonna be like the Indianapolis coach. You're gonna put up the banner, appeared in the AFC championship game. Is that what we're doing here? We're gonna we're doing ribbons. Participation trophies.
There. Lamar hasn't been there. Kirk Cousins hasn't
Unanimous
been there.
MVP.
Jameis Winston hasn't been there.
MVP.
So
that means most ballingest player.
But he went to the Super Bowl. He went to the
most
Super Bowl.
ballingest
You got
player.
to win it.
Okay,
You gotta win it.
okay,
Thank you, Marvin.
But
That's that old school coming out. I appreciate it.
No, I
but
mean,
what is Lamar won? What is
You-
Kirk Cousins won?
MVP.
We're paid.
You got an MVP there.
MVP.
You got an
MVP.
MVP.
Oh,
Kirk Cousins
come
hasn't won
on.
anything. There's no
Okay.
They don't.
Hey,
You don't get an award for participating in your protection.
hey, hold on. Let's not step on Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins, they made his bones the hard way. He played franchise year after year after year. He put it all on the line. So, hey,
Okay.
that dude kept
Well-
the dice in his hand. Hey, you can't get mad at a dice roller. You can't get mad.
Yeah.
You
No,
can't
he
get mad when the
cashed out.
dice
He
roll.
cashed out.
How many? Yeah, he cashed out, but that's because teams like the Jets at that time, the Jets and Vikings had to overpay to get a quarterback. They had to overpay to get a quarterback at that time.
Listen, there are not that many good quarterbacks in the league right now.
But
I agree.
But looking back on that deal, it's actually a pretty good deal now, considering
Correct.
what quarterbacks are
It's a
getting paid.
great deal.
It's a great deal.
It's a great deal.
Yeah.
At that time, it's fully guaranteed. I
Yeah.
think they're paying him like 36, 37 right now.
That
Next
seems
year, it
cheap
goes to
now.
42. Yeah, but it's fully guaranteed.
That's even better.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
winning. You
Are they?
winning. You winning. Yes, because you can build pieces. You can build pieces. Says a
They
guy.
s-
Listen, there
I'm
are a
not
lot
gonna-
of people in
don't-
the basement that would
don't-
love to have been in the playoffs.
Don't get me started on that. Don't get me started on that.
I
Please
would
don't.
love Kirk Cousins to come play in New Orleans.
Oh, we'll trade him to you. Give us
Well,
Chris
good.
Olave and all your first round picks.
Whoa. Why we got to do that? You don't even want him. Why bother giving you all that? Why don't you just cut him? Or we'll trade you a
we're not doing
6th-round draft pick for him. You don't want him. He
Yeah.
trash. Who's your backup?
We don't have one.
You gotta have a backup.
Well, I mean,
We already talked about him being a fake fan, so
they gonna draft.
don't challenge him about the roster on the air. We ain't gonna do
I
that.
bet you. I bet. Well, look. I bet you they'll draft the quarterback this year. They're gonna draft the quarterback this year.
Oh, I'm sure they will. But I mean, what, in the 2nd, 3rd round? That
Yeah,
guy's
we'll
not
draft
playing.
like Stetson Bennett or Max Duggan or something. Watch.
Yeah, he's not playing.
I mean,
It's Kirk Cousins' job. He's not going away, man. Stop.
But this year they're
It's a light
focused
of
on the
day.
defense.
Yes.
They're focused on the defense this year, so they're
Yeah.
probably gonna draft all defense.
Yeah.
Hey, So let's transition to like we talking about the draft. Who got the number 1 pick, Mark?
The Chicago Bears, and I know I'm hearing rumors that Chicago is considering trading Justin Fields.
Yep.
How you guys feel about that?
I'm gonna tell you like this. Like you said, Marv, I got NFL tape on this kid. Not no. Don't get me wrong.
Did he pass the eye test?
Yes, he passed the eye test.
Oh, okay.
And when I say pass the eye test, I'm talking about when you don't have that much talent around you and you still flourish. Now, the only thing that I say that's bad about him is that he needs to learn how to play in the cold. You gotta learn how to play in the cold because that's your home. That's where you're gonna make your bread and butter. And sometimes you gotta take something that someone hates and make it, and turn that into your strength.
Did you hear he made those comments last week about that?
Yeah, I know. You can't say that out loud.
You can't say that. You can't say that.
I think he needs to get an image consultant and somebody needs to go ahead and
What
get him
did he
straight
say?
on that. He say he hate playing in the cold, man.
He say he hates playing in the cold
I
for
don't
his
blame him.
style. For his style of play.
You're in Chicago, baby. What you live in the freezer.
Maybe that's why they considering trading him then. Because I ain't gonna lie to you, I wouldn't want to play in the cold either.
Yeah, but now you there. Now you got to figure it out. Guess who doesn't like playing there? Everyone else. So you need to learn how to embrace it and then turn it into a strength. I used to see people come out there, man, with no sleeves on and everything. I'm like, man, I know it's cold out there, and they just doing it just to psych you out. But they got Rambo like 4 pounds of grease on their body just to keep the skin covered and things of that nature to protect it. But I think, to me, if you're going to give him up, for who? And I like the kid Bryce Young, but I'm gonna tell you like this: me liking him and me looking at his survivability, and can he make the throws? Yes. Can he play football? Yes. But can his line protect him? The answer will be no. And once your line cannot protect you, can you protect yourself? You protect 95 pounds in that pocket. Stop playing with me.
I think the argument is the GM, the talk is that's not their quarterback. That's not the coach's quarterback. So they're thinking they can go out and get their own quarterback, get their guy.
Yeah, well, we will see. I think it would be foolish. I thought the kid played very well last season. I didn't think he had much help around him. He threw for 2,400 yards and rushed for another 1,100. Showed a lot of star power. He put the team on his back. Now, what was going on in the locker room? I don't know. Maybe there was something there. Maybe that's the reason why they don't think he's a leader or whatnot and considering trade him. But if I were the Chicago Bears, yes, I would trade that number 1 overall pick. I would trade it down and get more picks, get another first round pick, get some more picks in the second and third round. Just kill some team that's desperate for a quarterback. And then I would put pieces around Justin Fields and build a team that's going to last for a long time. That's what I would do.
Yeah.
What would you do with that $124 million there, Marv? That cap space.
I would load up. I would load up all kind of good players around this kid. I would run with that Baltimore Ravens, Philadelphia Eagles offense and put him a good running back. I'll go get Pollard from the Cowboys. Say, Pollard, come here. You want 12 million? I got you. Come over here. Come to Chicago.
That would be nasty.
That would be nasty.
Someone that love to get a dual quarterback running. Someone that love to eat that snow up.
Yeah.
That's it.
I would load up with some talent around him. Find a receiver that's looking to get paid. Another Tyreek Hill that's out there somewhere that wants to get paid to go to Cincinnati. Joe, get your money. All right, which one of these receivers you don't want anymore or you can't pay anymore? Higgins, come on. Yeah, I would load up.
Dude, that's $124 million. The closest team to that is Atlanta. They got $72 million.
Yeah.
That's great. That's a lot of cap space, man.
Yeah.
We just can't wave over that and then you just gonna start off fresh. No.
Yeah. Let's go and wrap this thing up, man. Good talk, fellas. So, to our listeners out there, thanks for joining us again. We do this thing every week. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you next week.